Hi,
Yeah.
guys! Episode 9. It's crazy.
It's nuts. I don't know how that happened.
I know. And the coolest part is the further we go along, like, the more people want to come listen to us. Yeah.
I hope so. Because then what are we doing this for?
Because why not?
Just hanging out.
Just hanging out.
It's all good.
Talk about books.
Yeah.
Talking to cool authors.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It's one of the best parts.
I know.
Yeah.
So hi guys, welcome to episode 9 of the Book Match. I'm Ashley, this is my sister Miranda, and this is our fun podcast where we mash together books and talk to fun authors on future Fridays and do lots and lots and lots and lots of giveaways. So you're welcome. Just kidding, welcome. We're so excited you're here. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about our spinner picks from last time, what we thought of them, what we didn't like, if we even read them. Yeah, you guys heard that right. So we're going to talk about, like I said, our spinner picks, our 2 books from the last episode, our current reads, our giveaways, and our Feature Friday update. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. Join our Discord. I'd love to actually be able to sit and talk to friends about these books while we're reading them. Just kidding. It's free, guys.
Maybe we need to advertise that better.
It's a good idea.
Like for our next spinner pick, we'll create a thread on Discord and post it so that we can get people in there talking to us.
You and your big brain.
That's just an idea. It could work.
I'll see.
Yeah. All right. Spinner picks. So last time in episode 8, we both spun. One was dark romance and one was thriller, but they ended up kind of both being dark romance anyways because that's just the way it goes.
Could have been either way.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, so we did Lights Out by Navessa Allen, of course. And then we had The Ritual by, oh my gosh, who is that?
Shantel Tessier.
Shantel Tessier. Yeah. My brain was not working for a second. So we're going to start with Lights Out. We'll talk about who, if either of us read it. If you follow us on socials, you already know. So both of us read it. We both finished it. Ashley finished it first. And I want to know what was your initial expectation? And then what was your actual experience reading it? So, like, what did you think going into it? And then how did that change as you read the book?
Well, first of all, I'd like to add a disclaimer that if you see my book, don't judge it. It was attacked by 2 puppies. They loved the book just as much as us, apparently.
Yeah, and it tasted good.
Yeah. So, I get to buy a new fancy copy to keep because it has a skull, so I get to keep it. So
maybe you wait till the hardcovers are available.
Gross.
Okay, never mind. Just kidding.
Lights Out. My husband actually bought this for me last year sometime. It had just come out. And he's like, I read the back of it, and it sounded like something that you would like. Well, of course, because literally the first line says a dark romance. So, and I have been wanting to read it. Like, I've reached for it, 4 times, and I even started it once, and I got, through the first chapter, and it, didn't grab me. So I, kept putting it on the shelf, and then I'd sit back down with it, and put it back on the shelf, and I couldn't do it. So when Miranda picked this, I was like, ha! I have that book! I haven't started it yet! So I was super excited to read it, and this was the time that Caught Up also came out, so I haven't read that one yet. I have it, I haven't started it, but I was super excited to jump into it because I have been words are hard, been wanting to read it. I just didn't get the chance. But when I was actually reading it, it completely, was not what I was expecting. It is a dark romance. The title literally says the couple who slays together stays together. So here I'm thinking, Butcher and Blackbird. Allie's a trauma nurse, so, it kind of... That's what I kept thinking. Oh, yeah, friends. I have a viral video on Instagram right now, duetting one of what I believe is the funniest parts in the entire book. Because not only does it have, the dark romance, it also literally makes you laugh out loud.
Agreed.
Yeah. What do you...
Yeah.
Build on it, sister.
Okay, initial expectations. So, before you read it, whenever I picked it for our thriller or whatever it was that we spun, I just know that I've seen a lot of traction about it and that it seems really popular. And I don't read like the description of books
Mhm.
a lot. So I don't know. I didn't really have any initial expectations, but then Ashley starts posting these things and I'm like, okay, I'm intrigued. I'm a little scared. I don't know what to expect. And knowing that it was like a lot of the people that were talking about it were people that really like Haunting Adeline, and knowing it was kind of in that same kind of track, that made me more nervous, but also more intrigued. So that was my initial expectation. And then reading it, it was just so funny that that's not something I expected. Like Ashley told me that it was funny, that there were funny parts, and obviously I saw the baklava video, so I know that that was in there at some point. And then when I read it,
Batman.
I could hear the voice as I was reading of the recording that you did. That made it much more funny. And then, yeah, my actual experience was a good one. I didn't know I thought it was going to be a lot more gory than it was. I was actually happy with the fact that Josh wasn't as, how do I say this? He wasn't as villainous as he seemed to be. And I thought that was good.
Yeah.
In my opinion. So, yeah, that's my experience.
My favorite part, well, this question's next, but one of my other favorite parts,
Right.
I'll tell you my number one, was when he calls out Zaid. Right? Zaid. Yes, I don't know why.
Yeah.
That he doesn't need to chop off limbs in order to catch a girl.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
Did you just call out my hubby? Did you just call him out? You did. You called him out.
There were a lot of good references. If you saw my review on Instagram, you'll know which one was mine. Relation to the Emily Gilmore forced dinners was my absolute favorite part because I love Gilmore Girls, and I literally was giggling so hard at that. It was so funny, and I like highlighted the whole page.
So my
It was
number
good. It was
one
good
favorite
stuff.
part was the baklava scene.
Yeah.
When he thinks that he goes blind. And if you guys haven't seen
Yeah.
that, it's on our Instagram. I duetted a video on TikTok of this girl reenacting out the scene. And it didn't do anything on TikTok. I mean, it got a couple views, but when I put it on Instagram Reels, I didn't think anything of it. And she messaged me the next morning. And I don't know if you guys know anything about, like, some of you may, some of you may not. On TikTok, when you duet a video, it automatically tags, like, the original creator. And so Miranda messaged me the next morning and she's like, Did you tag the people that you got the video from? Because it's kind of blowing up. And I'm like, okay, it probably has like 900 views. And I opened it and it was like at 18,000. And now it's like at 20,000. I'm hoping it hits 1 million. That'd be fun. But
it's a lot.
But that's my favorite scene, is when he literally jumps up out of bed because there's an alarm going off. His ski mask, his baklava or whatever it's called, is turned, and he's like, I'm blind. And he realizes that, or she says that his baklava, a dessert, is over his eyes. Yeah. He thought that his contacts, because he wears colored contacts, went into the back of his eyeballs and detached his retinas or something or another. And he was like making references to Batman about how he was whining and because he didn't have
he was using
box.
the Batman voice, so that she didn't recognize his voice. So then he was trying to keep the Batman voice while he was also internally freaking out that he went blind when he woke up in the morning. Yeah.
But I tried to find them on Instagram and I couldn't find them. And a lady asked me right before we jumped on here, she's like, who was the original creators of this video? And I was like, well, if you go to our TikTok, it'll link you to them. But I couldn't find them on Instagram. So I'm really, for some weird reason, if you by chance see this video and you are the original creators, I tried to tag you. So
yeah, comment on it and we'll try to get you as a collaborator.
Yeah, I'll edit
obviously should get credit for that.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. Okay.
Chemistry between Josh and Allie. What are your thoughts?
Well, I really liked that it was like the slow burn, kind of a slow burn. And it definitely had the stalker vibes, which for some reason is right up my alley. I don't know why, but it is. And which I freak out. I don't know. I don't like people watching. Anyway, so I liked that it was like a slowish burn, stalker vibes. But normally, like with Haunting Adeline, she didn't want anything to do with him. Like she didn't want him stalking her. She didn't, and like if you've read it, you know. But in this, she kind of seeked him out, and then he started stalking her. And it was like the fact that she was trying to do it without being like feeling ashamed that she wanted it was like, yeah. What did you think?
I thought it was interesting because, like you said, it's different from what you normally read with that stalker vibe, because normally the FMC is like, oh no, hold up. What are you doing? Stay away from me. And she kind of had that a little bit, but she brought it on herself. And then I almost feel like she was more morally gray than he was, which you don't normally get. Like, he kind of pretended to be, and he was worried about the level of grayness he had, like, within him. But she was like, oh no, this is the way I am. Just didn't even care about bringing that side out of herself in front of him. So I thought that was nice that they complemented each other in that way.
Yeah.
Okay,
would you recommend it?
Yes, I would recommend it if you trigger warnings. We've said that before. Read the trigger warnings. If they don't bother you and you don't feel like that would be something that would keep you from enjoying the book, then definitely read it, because I
just read
it has everything that you want. It has everything that you'd want in a dark romance that's also comedic, and it has all the best things in there. I don't know why I was just thinking about Fred.
Oh, here it is. But yeah, it's got a good list of triggers.
Yeah.
But yeah. And one thing that kind of I just wanted to add this. I don't remember where I saw it. But it was like the authors don't have to put trigger warnings in their books. They do it so that you are mentally prepared and you can make that call if you can handle it. Like if you have things that is trauma that you have a hard time coping with, and like let's say you were held at a point, in a robbery or something, and there's, knives in this book, like maybe you shouldn't read it. I saw a TikTok the other day, and it was this girl, I don't remember what book it was this girl going off on an author about how the trigger warnings weren't in-depth enough or something, and she had to skip like 2 chapters of the book because it set her off. And the author goes, well, I don't have to put that in there. You are a big girl, and you should be able to go, this is not making me comfortable. I need to stop.
Right. Yeah.
So just remember, like, you don't have to finish the book.
Yeah.
But
true.
So, but yeah.
Read the trigger warnings.
Read the trigger
if they're there.
Determine for yourself if you can do it. Okay.
Agreed.
Yeah. Okay, some quick questions. If you and Josh had to survive a weekend in a lights out situation, what's the one thing you'd bring? And what's one thing you'd absolutely leave behind?
I have no clue. It's funny because I create the script and I was like, okay, I'm skimming through. I'm like, that looks like it's going to be a good question, but did I think about answering the question? No. Okay. Well, this would definitely not be a Josh and Allie situation, so I have to think about it in that sense. I don't know. I feel like you're going to have a better answer than I do.
So,
go for it. My gosh.
I'd bring a knife.
Enough said.
If you read the book, I would definitely leave Fred at home because he always interrupts.
The cat, guys. If you've not read the book, Fred is the cat.
It's their child.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That part got me so much. So funny.
When he's zooming home because Fred's in the back screaming because he's got to pee.
Yeah.
I told him to go before we left.
I know. Oh my gosh. So good. I'm going to have to put spoiler warning,
it's not really
at the beginning of this conversation. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like all of it is a spoiler just because there's so many funny parts. Like, I want people to be able to experience it themselves. I don't know. Okay. On a scale from cozy movie night to I just committed a felony, how morally questionable are Allie and Josh's decisions?
So this is a part where I'd probably have like a spoiler.
Spoiler.
When, what was his name? The dude broke into the house. I don't
His
think
name's not important.
I don't think they meant to do it. Do you know what I mean? So like, is
Well,
that a point
obviously.
against them? Probably not. Because if somebody broke into my house, I would probably wrap them up in duct tape. Preferably not over their, remember, spoiler warning, preferably not over their mouth and their nose.
Boy.
And expect them to still breathe.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I would say, like, they went out to dinner on a scale of cozy movie night and I just committed a felony. They didn't rob the place, but they're not at home watching the movie. They went out to dinner.
I'm going to say misdemeanor at least.
Hmm.
They had the intention, again, we've got the spoiler warning on there. They had the intention of dropping this guy off so that someone else would take care of it for them. Like, they had, the idea was there, the want was there, they wanted this guy taken care of. So
They just didn't expect them to have to be taken care of.
Right. And it was coming from a good place. So we're going to we're in misdemeanor territory.
I'd say, like, booked and released because of lack of evidence.
Okay.
That's what I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, they did a good job.
Cleaning it up.
Except for maybe the throw up. Oh, boy.
Okay, here's Miranda's reference point. What would Lorelai and Rory think of Josh and Allie's love story?
Lorelai would have a kick with it.
I know.
Oh, my gosh. Can you imagine the banter she would have talking about this story? That would be hilarious, especially after having coffee already. Yeah, Lorelai would definitely be talking this up. Rory might be a little nervous, but I feel she would keep up with Lorelai with the banter, but I feel like she might be a little nervous as to the context.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay. We're going to jump into the ritual. I did not read this one. Beat me through the spinner wheel picks this time around. She read both books.
I think before you finished Lights Out, I read both books.
You did. You were almost done with the ritual, I think, when I started Lights Out. But it's not like, okay, this is going to sound horrible. It's not like I'm not reading. It's just taking me forever to get through a book. It's because... broken record. I signed up for too many arcs. I had so many due at the end of June. It was like I had to email the PR companies and tell them that I couldn't get to a few of them because there were just too many. So I know. But I finished Lights Out. I didn't finish the ritual. I'll have to read it later.
She didn't even start the ritual.
And add it to the list with Butcher and Blackbird that was like however long ago. My apologies. Okay, so since Ashley's read it, she's going to discuss some of this and hopefully not ruin it for me. What were your first impressions?
So I've been wanting to read this probably since I started reading dark romance, because I didn't start with dark romance. I was afraid of it. Literally afraid of dark romance. And I'd only read like rom-coms, contemporary romance. I would do like a little bit of thrillers. But when I saw this book, I wanted to read it, and then I saw that there was like 6 or something, and I'm like, I don't want to get into it that much, because I don't even know if I like dark romance that much. That was the old Ashley that was like...
before you ripped the Band-Aid off.
Yeah. And in my book trading groups, I've been trying to trade for these forever. But people, for some reason, I don't know why, want to hold on to them. Like, I get to hold on to it because it technically has a skull on it. So, and I think I read something else by Shantel, and I might be wrong, and I loved it. So this one, I knew that I was afraid because, well, I thought it was darker than it really was, because it's like the secret society kind of a thing. Mm-hmm. And sometimes those can get pretty dark. It really wasn't. It actually surprised me on how not, like, scary it was. Does that make sense?
Okay. So, like, on a level of Haunting Adeline, God of Malice, kind of...
I think it's under that.
Where do you... Okay.
It's not as dark as those. And it's definitely...
That gives me an idea of when I start.
So, a little backstory. Riot is in a secret society called the Lords. And to become a Lord, you have to do, like, 4 years of secret society stuff. Like, they call on you, you obey, kind of a thing. And at the end of the 4, like, you cannot have relations for those 4 years, like, at all. Him and his best friend Matt does this, like, a job, and they're supposed to take out somebody, and Matt wants to do things with the wife. Well, Riot is given his assignment, his, like, trophy assignment for, like, completing his 4 years, and it's Matt's girlfriend.
Gosh.
Yeah. So they end up, like, having to be, it's forced proximity, forced together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not going to spoil anything else, but yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Most shocking twist or favorite moment without, can you do that without giving anything away? If not, we're just going to skip it.
Elena takes care of somebody. That's my favorite.
Okay. Okay.
If you know, you.
Riot and Elena, love them or hate them? Or love to hate them?
I want to say I love them together. Like, when they're forced to be together, I kind of like it. Because it's kind of like the stalkerish thing, but not really. It's got that same, like, feeling, though. I gotta sneeze. It's like the forced being together thing, which I do like. That is one of the tropes that I like. But, like, apart, I hate them. I hate Riot. He whines. He is total, like, misogynist, like, female. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I hate Elena because she's, like, she whines. I don't know. But, like, when they have to
some whiny
be together,
characters.
when they have to be together, I like them together. If that makes sense.
Okay. It might make more sense whenever I read it.
Yeah. It probably will.
Right. Do you think this is appropriate for just dark romance fans, or do you think it's a must-read for everybody?
I think that if you haven't read a lot of dark romance, I think it would, I might be crazy and you guys could think I'm crazy later. I think that it'd be a kind of a good one to start with. The dark romance part of it it can get kind of dark, but, like, the actual story is not that dark. Like, the character building and the world building. I mean, I've read way darker books, so
Yeah.
I'd say this is a good one for people who, like, want to start into dark romance.
Okay. All right, let's do a couple of fun questions. If Riot had a dating profile, what would his red flag emoji to heart emoji ratio be?
I don't even know if he'd be on a dating profile. He kind of believes that, like, every woman is his and that he can get any woman he wants.
So are we saying, like, 4 red flags to maybe 1 heart, or, like, no hearts?
I don't think there'd be... Riot at the beginning, I would say, are definitely all red flags. But towards the end, I'd say, like, 1 heart to every 2 or 3 red flags.
Okay. All right. Let's play spice or suspense. Was there a moment that was supposed to be scary but turned into a spicy scene for you instead? And if you don't want to give anything away, you could just say yes or no.
I don't think I'd be giving it away. It's just, I don't think there's a lot of, like, suspenseful parts, but it doesn't really turn into, like, spicy. But it wasn't scary. It was just, like, you get, like, an adrenaline rush from reading it.
All right. Yeah. Let's jump into current reads.
Okay.
What are you reading right now?
I am reading Think With Me by Trin Savage. I just started. I've been wanting to read it for reasons that I may or may not have already disclosed in our past podcast episodes. But I follow her on TikTok, and I didn't realize that they were on Kindle Unlimited. And so I've been interested in them since she just had the first one. And I actually became, I think Miranda and I both became ARC readers for the third book. And so I'm like, well, now I gotta do it.
Right.
So I'm only, like, 3 chapters in, and it's already pretty interesting. I don't know. I'm excited.
Sounds promising.
I love Trin. She's hilarious. Her TikToks crack me up. So I'm excited. Yeah. What about you? What are you reading?
I like it.
Definitely not The Ritual.
Is not The Ritual. I am reading Fool Me by Lo Everett. It is Timberline Peak, new series. It's an ARC read that I'm a little behind on. The reviews due today, but I'll get it done. I only have, like, an hour and a half left. I will say, though, that my favorite part is the fact that she has cameos from her previous series that I read. And Xavier and Vivian are in it, and I have not gotten to a part where they go to the wedding, but I'm super excited because that means I get to jumped back into Xavier and Vivian's life, and they were my favorite out of that series. Yeah, it's good. I like it. Muley Cyrus cracks me up, like, hardcore. If you don't know, it is already released, so you can go find it on Kindle Unlimited. Fool Me, Lo Everett. Super funny. So good.
Okay, what are you excited to start?
I honestly haven't decided what I'm reading next yet. I have to look at my calendar for one, because I still have a couple that I need to finish. I know. I made it a point to have my July be as light with arcs as possible so that I can read some things that I've had on my TBR for a while.
Butcher and Blackbird.
Obviously. The Ritual will be on there. Our Feature Friday authors that I haven't had a chance to read books for, I definitely want to do that. L.J. Andrews. I have not read Broken Soul and Bones yet, and it's killing me because I waited and waited and waited for that to come out, and then I got too busy to read it. So that's definitely on my list of things to read. Yeah, there's so many more. Like, if you look at my Goodreads TBR, it's ginormous.
I don't even
Hopefully
add
I'll get
all
some
mine on
through some
there.
of them.
Mine's pretty big too.
I can say, okay, so in July, there are 2 that are coming out that I'm super duper excited about. The first one is Michelle Major's 3rd one in the series that's coming out on my birthday. And Chasing Shelter by Catherine Cowles is also coming out near my birthday. So happy birthday to me. I get 2 of my favorite author books released that I'm going to read.
Okay, let's talk about Feature Friday and how that's going. Who was the last author to air? Is that Katie?
Yes. Katie Carver was our last one. We have one coming up this week. On Wednesday, you will see the announcement for who that is. And then we have one that we recorded this morning. That was really good. And so that one will post next week.
I'm so sad. Well, I'm excited for both of them to post because I loved the one that's coming out this week, but I'm really excited about the one that's next week too. And I think the reason I'm more excited about the one next week is because it doesn't post this week, but the other one.
You know what I mean? People have to wait.
I'm equally excited, but next week
it's so hard to decide how to separate them out because, like, next week we have a lot. We have 6 people, 6 in 1 week that we're recording. So, like, how are we deciding who goes first? It's going to be interesting. I mean, I like doing the doubling up for the week, but I feel like if people see one and then think that that's the only Feature Friday and then don't watch the other one, then we're taking away from that second author. So I kind of like having it 1 per week.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
We'll just have to figure out.
We have lots and lots of good things coming up, though, guys. Lots of good things.
Yeah.
So excited.
I know. But hey, guys, so last week we recorded a remix of some of our favorite moments. There's the word. I already told you guys words are hard today. Some of our favorite moments reflecting on the last couple of Feature Fridays. So if you haven't watched that yet, go on to YouTube and go sneak some peeks. It was pretty funny. I also gave away some information that was not released yet.
That I had to delete. And then we posted it later on.
Sorry, Rain.
It's okay, because when I edited the, like, segment, I don't know, it just blended, so it didn't seem like I took away this big chunk, but it worked. It's all good.
So if you guys see our announcement posts for who's coming up on Feature Friday, let us know some questions you want us to ask. Even if we've already recorded the episode, we're happy to message them and be like, hey, one of our viewers had this question. Can you just shoot us a quick answer? Yeah.
Or if there's someone that you want us to reach out to, I mean, we can always ask. It doesn't hurt to ask if they want to jump onto our show. Or if there's questions that you feel would be appropriate for any author that you want us to ask, you can do that too. Just reach out, message us, email us, whatever. Yeah.
Okay, Miranda, tell them about what giveaways are coming up.
Yes, we have our CK Darling giveaway that is ending this week on Wednesday. So the winner will be announced on Thursday. And then we will have our new giveaway posted the following day. So make sure you watch out for that. Yeah, make sure that you are actually like following directions in the giveaways. It's much easier for us to pick a winner if we have more people participating. Let us know if there's something that you're looking for that you would like us to give away. Obviously, the books that we have from authors are amazing because we're sharing their work with everyone. But if there's something that you're looking for, you're like, oh, this would be cool if you gave away like a bookmark or something, just let us know and we'll try to figure it out.
I like how you included the bookmark.
Yeah, so if you have not visited our website yet, it is thebookmashpodcast.com. We have some really cute designs, if I do say so myself.
Miranda designed them. That's why she said so herself.
Yeah, we have them on t-shirts. There's hats, there's sweatshirts, there's stickers, there's a cup. Yeah, there's cups.
Bags, canvas bags.
There will be more to come soon, hopefully, more designs. It's fun. I like creating them, so there will definitely be more. And we're working on getting bookmarks created so that we can have those printed and available to purchase as well.
They're pretty cool. Miranda designed those too, and they're pretty awesome opossum. I'm excited.
Oh, and free shipping. Free shipping on our website until July 6th. So that should automatically apply, right?
Yep. No code needed.
Sweet.
Yeah. Oh. Drum roll, please.
I have to click on the right thing here. But we are going to do the spinner wheel. We are only doing one so that both of us can keep up with it.
So Miranda can keep us up with it.
Hey, there was a time where you didn't keep up with it too.
One.
Okay, it's fine.
And that's because I read slow.
So what if I spin and then you pick? And then next time I'll spin, but I pick. Because I'm doing this. Okay. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Spinning, spinning, spinning. Romantasy.
Enchantra.
Is that on here?
Kaylee Smith.
I've seen that.
Oh, wait, Phantasma.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say.
The first one's
Phantasma, the first one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. Spinner wheel, Romantasy. We are reading Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. We will, both of us will, create Discord so that we can actually discuss the book with everybody as we are reading. And then if there's any discussion topics you'd like us to cover when we do our podcast recording, you can put them in Discord while we are reading the book together, and then we can talk about it.
What she said.
Right? Good? Okay. I'm excited.
Friends,
this one's...
The ring light got too hot.
Nah. This one's been on my TBR for a long time, so I'm excited to read it.
Me too. They're both right there.
Up there.
Right here.
What do you think of our episodes? Make sure you're commenting below on YouTube and letting us know what you think. Make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss an episode.
Hit the bell for notifications.
Hit the bell for notifications. I always get so annoyed when I hear people say that on video. Especially if it's a video I'm trying to share with my class while I'm teaching. I'm like, no, I'm not subscribing. But I'm going to tell you guys to do it. Right. Anyways. Subscribe. Hit the bell. Make sure you're checking our Instagram. Discord will be up soon. Make sure that you're subscribing to YouTube and commenting and letting us know how we're doing. Everything you need from us is in our link tree that is linked in the bio, and I always have it linked in the description. If you are an author and you'd like to be featured on our Feature Friday, please go to the link tree and fill out the Google form, and we will get you all set up. And until next time, keep mashing, and we'll see you in episode 10. Oh my gosh, we have to do something so cool for 10.
I know, we'll have to think of something fun.
Yes. Brainstorm. Gears are turning. All right.
Bye.
Bye.